Focus, content.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. This is gonna be how learning to talk to strangers changed both of our lives. I'm Enny, and this is
Nathaniel.
Come on now. So basically, we both have had a few experiences. I've dabbled a lot with, product-related services, MLMs, network marketing, even online sales. And my man here has dabbled with
Quite a bit. I started off in nightlife. I did like 6 years in nightlife, including like fashion shows and like modeling agencies. From there we dabbled in sales. I've coached sales for over 6 years now. I've started and exited tech companies, and now I run a very large solar sales team that all does like door-to-door appointments, setting and closing.
Yes, sir.
And then we do media for like UFC, bunch of other things. So we just like to do a little bit of everything, you know?
Yes, sir. So what we got going on today is that we thought, us being in our 20s, we're young and hungry, and if anybody else maybe have stumbled across this video, this is just going to be a video for you in terms of, making that next leap into figuring out your career path, figuring out a skill set that is as simple as something that you learned when you were 3 years old, which is talking and communication. So if you guys want to like, comment, subscribe, we might do some things more like this in the future, but for now we're just going to be asking a few questions of what we've learned over the years. So I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to be asking my boy Nathaniel.
Of course.
What's the biggest mistake people make in sales?
The biggest mistake is people get into their head, right? So a lot of my mentors, Eckhart Tolle, says the biggest addiction people have is thinking. They're either thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, or they're overthinking about the future, what's going to happen in the future. The goal in sales is obviously to serve the person you're selling, right? Putting them in a better situation than they're currently in, and obviously leaving them with more value than you found them.
Yeah.
And when you're in your head, you're obviously taking away the presence in the interaction, and you don't have the ability to communicate effectively because you're in your head thinking. So I would say that's the main thing. And also just basic sub-communication skills.
Yeah. When you say basic, for somebody who could be watching this video as a beginner, I would say, for me, there's a difference between listening and understanding, right? So he could tell me something right now and he could communicate in a way, but I could listen, but I didn't understand what he meant.
True,
you know what I'm saying? So in basic terms of sub-communication skills, I would think that like you guys don't overcomplicate trying to sell your product, trying to be flashy, trying to be like other people around the world that are doing it already. I think just more so about, hey, if you know that you have value and you can communicate with majority of people you talk to, just focus more on listening to what they actually have. Maybe their pain points, maybe why they didn't get into certain things, maybe whatever the reason is, but it's gonna put you in a different footsteps. So let's go into the next question right away. Would you say you're an intelligent dude, emotionally intelligent?
I would say I didn't start off as emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
But when you experience communication firsthand for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, it starts to become unconsciously competent. You start to begin to understand subtle nuances with emotional intelligence, especially the calibration, being able to read people, especially when you're door knocking and doing door-to-door sales. Yeah,
I like that word recalibration that you said. There's things that can trigger you to have an emotional response, but you also gotta understand as a sales rep, as a person who's just trying to get it, recalibrating your emotions, whether it's a no, whether it's hostile behavior, or whether it's even you're about to close, but you could be overly, eager to do that and also
eager or too excited, right?
Too excited, right? So
commission breath.
Come on now, we've been there. So I just want to say, like, get into asking for the public. Would you say like sales teaches you emotional control?
Very much so. I would say sales is everything, right? If you're on an interview, you're selling. If you're on a date, you're selling yourself. If you're networking, you're selling something. It's a form of arbitrage. Arbitrage is basically something I value that someone doesn't value, and something that they value I might not value. So we're able to exchange what we don't value, so that we're able to both be left with more value. More value, right?
More value. Comment value if you guys getting some value right now.
Hey.
And speaking of it, I was like, ain't no way. The way we even met was just like God's timing, because like I was literally just at a pub. My boy was working security. I came to just show some love, just hang out with them while they're at work finishing up. And then I bumped into you, and you're just like, yo, bro, like
first ever time in a nightlife environment in the city here. So
it was a small pub. It wasn't any crazy. He doesn't club. I don't club personally, but we were at a little pub, and it was just interesting how we met, because basically he asked me a question like if there's any food or things to eat, and I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, and we went from there, and that's called networking. Now, for you guys, that was actually my next question on the block, because it's like networking. People forget how often networking should be in your day-to-day lifestyle. Networking isn't just when it's done in the office. It's when we're on the street. It's when we're at restaurants. It's when we're in between these random places, because you never know which person might have an opportunity present for you. And that's just how we met. So
my goal is every time I go outside the house, I compliment at least 3 people. I want to make 3 people smile. It doesn't have to be a female, opposite sex. It could be the same sex. It could be the Grammy with the hat on, the red hat. The guy walking the dog, right? So you want every time you leave someone with more value than you find them. And a lot of times when I compliment, for example, someone that looks cool, fashion, all that jazz, all of a sudden we start talking, and then we are able to network, and then we find some commonalities, we break some rapport, tell some jokes, and all of a sudden now we exchange Instagrams, and I got a homie now. So
you got a homie for life, man. You got to understand, networking, a conversation could change your income. You never know. One conversation could change your income. So keep in mind, we're not looking for things transactional with people, but at the end of the day, like, some people will let out more than you may even thought you'd find out from them, right? You can say, hey sir, have a blessed day, man, but like, nice car though, where'd you get it from? And he tells you this, and he's like, I used to work here and there, and it's like, boom, gotcha. It's just a little bit about going that extra mile to also just be authentic with networking. Be authentic. Don't try to bring it from a fake place. We don't want that. I got another question for you though. How does confidence actually come from keeping promises to yourself?
I would say confidence is directly correlated to keeping promises to yourself, because it's your will. It's what you say you're going to do, and you do it. Confidence is the byproduct of success. No one's confident. People become confident once they see the objective evidence that what they think is true subjectively happens. Right? I wasn't confident when I started knocking doors doing sales. I wasn't confident when I started doing real estate. I was confident after I became successful in it. And then I see the evidence, if it's money, if it's getting the deals done, if it's being able to surround yourself with like-minded people. Confidence is a byproduct of success. It doesn't happen before you succeed, it happens after. But there's traits that are important before you succeed, like relentlessness, right? So like, if you're relentless, you get things done. And by getting things done, you cause yourself to become more confident. So,
Okay, so I agree with that, with the confidence thing. Like, I think energy matters too. With everything you said, I feel like people sometimes forget that, sales does teach you a lot about life, but energy is everything.
Energy is everything.
Like, how you wake up in the morning, what's like the biggest mantra that you tell yourself before you get out and start your day? Because sometimes people don't have that set written plan on their board or in their mind or in their vision plan. What kind of energy do you need to have when you're talking to people?
I like to use something called yin-formations. It's the proper way to do affirmations. So instead of saying, I am confident, I am confident, I am confident, your unconscious mind knows when you're BSing yourself. It's seeing every single thing you're doing, every thought you're thinking. So it'll say literally like, nah, brother, you're not confident. You saw like the girl in the club, you didn't say anything, or you saw the guy with the Lambo, you didn't go approach. You didn't talk to the guy in the interviewee, ask the right questions to get the job. So it's an actively statement. So it's like, hey, in the morning I'll be like, hey, I'm becoming the best version of myself because, and then I answer it multiple times. Right? So I'm becoming the best version of myself because I'm doing everything.
My family needs me. Because I'm doing everything in my power to get there. Because I wake up and show up. I'm doing everything in my power because I will be successful. Whatever it is, you got to personalize that for your experience.
It gets deeper and deeper.
I like that. I actually like that a lot. I like that a lot. Okay, I would say, what's one thing that people don't understand, that how sales actually helps you outside of just your business, outside of the product, the service, or whatever you're selling? I think even in relationships, sales will let me know. Like, I take objections as well. Hey, I got reservations at 6. You trying to come out to me, eat pasta? Oh, I love pasta, but I can't make it tonight. Hey, no problem at all, but what I can do is, you know what I'm saying, move it on.
So I break up communication into 4 pillars. You have your body language, your tonality, you have your facial expression, and your proximity. If I stand very straight up to you and I approach you, you're gonna get frightened, you're gonna get scared. Right? And that's in any interaction, from the boardroom to the bedroom. So in regards to this, sales allows you to dial in on these sub-communications and get immediate feedback, and being able to kind of self-audit the specific scenarios you're going through. So for example, if you're doing sales calls, if you're meeting people in public, if you're doing, for example, knocking on doors, if I get like 4 doors slammed in my face, I could self-audit. I could be like, hey, what's wrong? My body language? No, that's good. My tonality? No, that's good. oh, am I smiling? Oh shit, I forgot to smile. Oh shoot, I forgot to smile. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm smiling. And I knock on the first next doors, or I approach the first next people.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm getting good feedback. So I was like, okay, cool. I need to reinforce the good behaviors and then self-audit when I'm not getting the outcome I'm looking for.
I like that. I feel like also, along with self-auditing, knowing how to go like, person to person, just not to let that affect you. I agree on that. Also, not going off of desperate energy. Nobody wants anything sold to them when it's like, yo, I need this, brother, because this is what it's gonna do for me. No, it's like, brother, you need this because this is what it's gonna do for you.
Yeah.
You change your perspective on that, I feel like a lot of y'all will come a long way.
Very true.
I guess I want to talk about, for me, like, I've always been the type of guy, like, I feel like in life, since I was very young, I've always been an extrovert. But meeting you and talking to you, I know how you can be, but you're more so an introvert.
I would say, yeah, like I started off baseline introvert. Right? When high school or before high school, not before I graduated high school, I was a professional video game player. I have over 365 days played in a specific game. And I was about to basically get shipped off to Europe to play one game 24/7.
Sure.
And I decided not to do that. Decided to risk it all, take a risk, go to Toronto, hire a mentor on a credit card, and just go all in on something that made me uncomfortable. That mentorship caused me to get out of my comfort zone, learn social skills, practice networking, business, how to meet people and do arbitrage value, like how to provide value to people and get in reciprocation value back. And all of a sudden, I got into the nightlife industry. Eventually, you learn the ability to become an ambivert, which is in between an introvert and an extrovert.
Ambivert, yeah.
Right. The only difference between me and an extrovert is I could still be the more social guy in the room, but at the end of the day, I have to just go back into my room and be alone and just decompress.
I'm the same way. I feel like when I don't get that decompression because I'm overly extroverted, that's one way to burn yourself out. That's one way to lose track of your focus. That's one way to lose track of your vision. Because like I said, like when you're able to obtain certain things, it means you are someone that knows how to get things for yourself. I would say so. If you know how to be extrovert, introvert, you know what you want out of life, because you know what types of people you can share things with, what types of people you can benefit from, and you have a good discernment as a man or human being. I like that a lot. I was gonna ask like, what did you learn? When did you become uncomfortable? But that's a great answer. For me, I'd say like, I moved to Vancouver, X amount in my bank account, and we got rejected all summer, but it couldn't have prepared me for anything else in life, because life is about getting rejected. At the end of the day, like, your value is still your value if you know that it can be valued, that it's seen by other people, by millions of people, anywhere in the world. It does not have to be just in one place. So I like that a lot.
A good reframe I use, if you're in sales, for example, and you could figure out what your commission is, how much you make per deal, and how many no's it takes to get the deal, and then you divide the no's by the commission, now you're getting paid per no. So now I'm able to reframe every no. It's like, oh, thank you, you just paid me. Right?
Thank you. You just taught me something for the next person that I can use this objection to know how to address the next person, which is going to pay us. Now, last thing we're going to ask for today, this is why communication is one of the biggest pain skills of the world. We'll say some things about what we do, per se. Doesn't mean you guys have to necessarily jump into it. It's just from personal experience. Now, while I've day traded for the past 5 years, I understand that you do need a mentor, and I do have great resources of people that we give access to for free. Mainly with selling AI solutions, whether that's AI voice receptionists, CRMs, websites. That's what I mainly do. And me and my guy now are working in partnership with this solar thing right now. So all of these things are forms of communication. Every aspect of your life is communication. We're not going to drop an avenue for you guys to say you want to just join, but we want to know what is in your guys' heads. What are you guys thinking about? What is one industry or sales job or thing that you've always wanted to be a part of, but you just need a little bit more guidance? Because then we'll be able to direct you into one of those.
I have experience. I dabbled with everything from, of course, like life insurance to trading as well, crypto, commodities, Forex, private equity, real estate, wholesaling and development. From their sales, from high ticket online to high ticket in person, from different forms of networking, private equity, all that jazz. So there's a little bit of everything. My goal was always to learn from the best of the best. Even myself, I'm one of the top trained hypnotists in Canada. and I learned from the #1 NLP expert in the world, the #1 hypnotist that trained like the top people in the world. And I like to find the person that's in the top of the industry and just learn from them, because it saves you a lot of time. You don't have to learn from someone under them, because they can only bring you so far. If they're at the top, they can bring you to the top. But if you're learning from the mentor, they can only bring you up to here. So the goal is always to find someone at least 5-10 years ahead of you in whatever aspect you want to learn, and just go all in.
Yeah. I would say this part of our lives, and the grind and the journey and the hustle, our 20s, at least I don't know, for you and me, I think we can say the same, taught us a lot more than school did. And if you feel like this video resonated with you, don't be shy to reach out. Don't be shy to leave a comment, because either me or my boy here will address it and be able to aid you in the right direction, not only with that mentorship, not only with the ability to scale, but help you give the resources since you've had since birth, which is communication.
Absolutely.
So we're going to leave this video here. It should be long or short enough. Y'all leave a like, comment, subscribe.
Cheers, guys. And drop a takeaway down below.
Drop a takeaway from this, man, for sure.
Biggest takeaway.
Appreciate y'all. Catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.